Before we play the song, let's go over a few spots that, if you practice ahead of time, will help you have a better recording. The first place I want to talk about is measure 1, which happens to be the same as measure 57. You have half notes with the cellos. Violins and violas have a dotted half note. They're going to change their note after you. So you have slow bow, and the violins will change differently than you. Usually they want to go with you. Now let's look at measure 4, or letter A. You will see there's a lot of commas throughout this whole piece. Those are your bow circles, or retakes. So if you need to write BC in your whole song, then go ahead and do that if that's what will help you. Now, we have some big deal stuff. At measure 23, we have a shift. And this is how I always practice shifts. There's not many ways of practicing them, but we're going to play listen, put a stop in, get ready with C sharp, stop, get ready. So stop, prepare, play. Let's do that 3 times together with stops. Ready, play. Stop, prepare, ready, go. Stop, ready, go. Again, ready, go. Stop, get ready, ready, go. Stop, get ready. I said 3 times, so we'll do it 2 times. You really need to do it on your own speed, because what you can do is take that stop and make it smaller and smaller until it's almost all the way gone. So eventually, you need to get to this point. Okay? Now, one thing that will always help you with a shift is think about the note before the shift too. We always get really preoccupied with where we're going, but don't forget the note right before the shift. The next spot is measure 30 and 31. If you're looking on the beginning orchestra music, you have a different shift written into your music. Let me show you what that shift is. Excuse me. Oh, there we are. Then you're going to replace first finger on that same note. 4, back to 1. I call this lazy shifting because you're not really going that far. Let me do that again. Now, if you have the printed page, you're going to have this giant shift to C sharp. It's a familiar spot, and I think that's why they put it in the music. So, again. I think they did that because everybody's very used to going to that C sharp in 3rd position. Now, if we look at 35 into 36, we're changing from arco to pizzicato. If you're lucky enough to have a quiver on your bass, you can just put your bow in the quiver, but not everybody has a quiver. So what you're going to do is take your bow hold, you're going to put it in your fist, put your pointer finger out, and pizzicato. Now notice I'm not pizzicatoing down here or up here. I'm pizzicatoing kind of in this mid spot, like that, okay? So you have to be able to get back and forth pretty quickly. It's a good idea to practice that. 4, 1. Okay, again. Now notice I looked at this string. If you can do a quick peek to your string, then you won't hit one of the other strings accidentally. Now this next part is a big giant deal. It's not that hard, but it is. We're talking about measures 36 and 37. I don't know why, but cellos and basses like to drop one of the rests and come in too soon. So we are going to practice this a couple times. I'm going to play measures 36, 37, and the first note at 38. I would like you to count along with me and play along with me. Here we go, 36. Ready, go, rest. 4, 1, 2, 3. So if I start at 35, it's going to sound like this. 4, 1. 4, 1, 2. Do you hear how you want to come in too soon? Please practice that several times and practice it along with the music, because if you come in too soon there, you feel all displaced and don't know what to do. Then we are going back to Arco 53 to 54. So opposite of what we did before. 4, 1. And if you have a quiver, you have to be able to get your bow quickly and not bash it into your bass before you play those notes. Then I want to remind you that this song has an interesting map. When we get to the end of measure 56, you are going to jump all the way back to measure 4 or letter A. You're going to keep playing until you get to the end of 26. Now, if you have the Billinghurst beginning book, sometimes that little target sign's not in the right place. It's the end of measure 26. You are going to jump all the way to the coda. Now look at your part. If you have the printed part at 57, the coda is in a weird place. And sometimes our eyes would like, yeah, where do we go? And so what I want you to do is, if this is your part that you own, I want you to take a highlighter and highlight that spot. You could even highlight up here and highlight down here so that your eyes jump from, let's say, pink to pink. I think that's all for now. Good luck. If you're recording this time, make sure your bass is in tune and everything is ready to go. Press record in 3, 2, 1, go. One, two, three, four, 2, 2, 3, 4.